All right, hello everyone. What is going on? Welcome back to another live commentary stream. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. We're starting here a little bit late. I apologize for that, but it is the Colorado Avalanche and the Los Angeles Kings live here from Crypto.com Arena. How are you guys doing? Good to see you all here in the commentary, and this should be a fun one. We missed a little bit of the game here, including the opening goal, which happened right before I started streaming this one. It was a goal from Gabe Landeskog, assisted by Nick Waugh and Josh Manson, making it a 1-0 lead for the Avalanche midway through the opening period. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Coverage of Kings and Avalanche begins right now. Battling forward in front of the Colorado net there. Shot there is denied by Wedgwood and cleared to center. Here's O'Connor with speed now into the LA zone. Battling for it down low in the corner. Dumoulin trying to get that one free. Shots are 5-3 in favor of Los Angeles. Off the boards is Trevor Moore. Back down low, Dumoulin. Up top to Ceci. Cody Ceci will clear it here into the Colorado zone. Puck slides in on Wedgwood. He will make the save. Starting goaltenders here in net tonight, it is Scott Wedgwood against Anton Forsberg. It's the same matchup that we saw in games 1 and 2 between these two sides. So it sets up for a very entertaining matchup here tonight. And we are going to step aside. Commercial break here in Los Angeles. The Avalanche lead the Kings early 2-1. Here in Game 3. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Those of you who are just joining us right now, welcome. It's glad to see all you guys here in the chat. Hope you guys are having a great day here so far as we get set to start our second commentary of the day. Thank you for reminding me, Todd, between the Kings and the Avalanche. Swap the jerseys here super quick as we are in commercial break. All right, perfect. Jerseys are swapped. New stream is up, and we are ready to go. Thank you all for tuning in. I very much so appreciate it. Thank you all for your support on the Canes and Sens stream a moment ago. Shots so far are 5-3 in favor of Los Angeles, or 5-2. Sorry, in favor of Los Angeles. But the Avalanche have the first goal. It's a 1-0 lead for Colorado. It's the third and final game. Oh, you're right. My bad. My bad, Tony. My bad, Tony. I forgot to do that. Sorry, the changeover makes me forget things sometimes. I apologize. All right, 1-0 lead here for the Avalanche after about 7 minutes or so. Face-off here in the Colorado zone is won back by the Kings. Doughty down low in the corner now for Trevor Moore. Moore in front, jabbing at that puck there on Wedgwood. And it's cleared away back into the LA zone. That'll be an icing against Colorado. A frustrating effort here for the Los Angeles Kings in games 1 and 2. They played the way they wanted to, but they're sadly not being able to convert on the opportunities to get the wins. Face off in the Colorado zone is a tie-up. Kopitar battling forward then with Nelson. Up top, Edmondson a drive that was denied there by Wedgwood. Kopitar fighting in the corner then with Nelson. Up top now with it is Clark. Off the boards to Panarin. Panarin trying to get around Taze and banked all the way back to center. Clark will regroup now in the Los Angeles zone. Here's Kopitar. Into the zone. Kempe backhand on. Denied there by Wedgwood. And the puck goes up and out of play. Go Kings, go. Yeah, I know I suck, don't I? I'm a terrible host. Thank you, Todd. Welcome back again. Yep, game 2 of the night. We will be live tomorrow and Friday as well. So stay tuned for that coming up later on today. All right, face-off coming up here now in the Colorado end. McKinnon versus Byfield. Byfield's kicked out of the draw. Now coming in is LaFerriere to take that one against McKinnon. What's up, Aiden? How we doing? McKinnon now versus Moore. Face-off one back by LA. Shot on by LaFerriere. Goes wide of the net. Grabbing it back then is LaFerriere. Down low now in the corner. Back to Moore. Yep, tomorrow's Friday. Trevor Moore down low in the corner. Moore. Deeks around the right side, broken up then by the Avalanche, who carry it through center. McKinnon, cross ice to Malinsky. Thank you, Aiden. I appreciate it, brother. Here's Martin H's now, who will chip this puck off the boards. And back into the Avalanche zone. McKinnon will get along with Ferrier. Battling for now on the right side, down low in the corner, Anderson. Trying to get that one free. Cleared away then for Moore. Moore will break it here now through center. Backhanded down low now into the Carolina zone. Here comes Kadri. Nazem Kadri moves it into the zone. Dumoulin battling for it on the right side. At the point then, Josh Manson trying to dump that one down low. Armia cleared to center. Landeskog poke checks it away. It's battling for it here now at center. Intercepted then by the Kings in their own end. Here's Brian Dumoulin. Off the boards, back to Hellenius. Cale Makar down low in the corner, back over to Landeskog. Landeskog to Josh Manson. Manson into the zone, will dump it here into the LA end. Landeskog on the right side, brings it back down low into the LA zone. Kadri gets it back then for Colorado. Landeskog up top to Makar, a shot into the chest of Anton Forsberg. And a whistle blown dead. We will stop play. As Kadri gets into it there with Mallet, as Kadri was knocked down to the ground. Solid start so far for Los Angeles, but you definitely want to be winning. And it doesn't seem like LA has been able to get ahead just yet. They only have 2 goals in this entire series. And again, the frustration certainly there for the Kings. They've made the games close with the system they play, but Scott Wedgwood has been absolutely insane, allowing just a goal per game here so far in these playoffs. Face-off coming up here now in the LA zone. It's Byfield versus McKinnon. Face-off is won back then by the Kings. Anderson off the boards to Doughty. Intercepted by Natchez. Natchez up top for Colorado. A shot. That one goes wide there of Forsberg. Down low now, getting it back is Doughty. In the corner to Anderson, who will dump it all the way back to center. And that was an icing against Los Angeles, as I missed the pause button like 50 times as I was trying to click it. Because of course I do. Best goalie in the NHL for a reason. You're right about that. You are right about that, Spider-Man. Face-off coming up here now in the Los Angeles zone. It's Landeskog versus Byfield. The face-off is won back by the Avalanche. Tays a shot. And that one is blocked. Shout out Jack. Please do not spam though, Aiden. Please do not spam. Down low now in the Colorado zone. Makar will get it back then for the Avalanche. Cale Makar behind his own net, back up to McKinnon. McKinnon will drop it back to Makar. I'm watching it on TNT, Troy. In the LA zone. Doughty regroups in the Los Angeles end. Drew Doughty will carry it here now through center. Here's Panarin into the Colorado zone. Panarin on the right side, fires on, tipped in front, right there in the crease for Kopitar. He could not get the shot on. Now here comes O'Connor, a drive, and that one goes wide there of Forsberg as well. Kept in by the Avalanche. Down low in the corner now is O'Connor. Back up top, shot on there is blocked. Rebounds there, backhand on for Natchez is blocked. Malinsky tries to fire it on, broken up then by Los Angeles. Kempe tried to feed a pass up top to Panarin, but it's an icing, as they could not convert on that play. Face-off will come here now in the Los Angeles zone. Again, it's a 2-0 lead here for Colorado. If they win the game tonight, they move within a 3-0 series lead. They become the third series to do so. Face-off coming up now in the Los Angeles end. Why do teams play backup goalies in the playoffs? Forsberg's been the hotter goalie, actually. Even though he's been the backup, Forsberg's been the hotter guy. Through center now, Kopitar battling for on the right side, then Burns. Gets it back for Colorado, then Byfield picks it back up at center. Here's Ceci, dumping it down low here into the Avalanche zone. In the corner, Burns fighting now with Armia. Nichushkin regrouping now with it on the right side. Here comes Nelson, who will dump it down low. Intercepted by LA. They clear it back into the Avalanche end. Regrouping now in the Los Angeles zone, as soon as I say that, is Cody Ceci. Here's Dumoulin. Back off the boards and into the Colorado zone. Wedgwood battling for it on the right side, then alongside Kulak. Up top. Shot there by Edmondson, goes just wide of Wedgwood. About 12 minutes gone here in this opening period. Landeskog fighting with Mallet. Down low in the corner, Mallet gets it free then for LA. Pass up top, Kadri. Ahead then for Waugh. Here's Waugh into the zone. Thank you, CND, I appreciate it. Here's Brant Clark now, trying to get that one away. Played ahead then, Mallet will bank it back to center. Chipped off the boards by Byfield and down low into the Colorado zone. Makar will move it ahead. Cross ice pass then for Taze. Battling for them with Ferry, picked up by Byfield. Byfield shoots it. Save there by Wedgwood once again. Still unable to convert on Scott Wedgwood through 3 games. It's a 1-0 lead for the Avalanche here midway through the first. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement, brings more people into the wonderful commentary. I appreciate all your guys' continued support here throughout all the streams and the playoffs. It is very much so greatly appreciated. We will be live tomorrow for Lightning and Canadiens Game 3. And Mammoth versus Golden Knights Game 3 as well. So we are live for plenty. We will also be live for all of the games this weekend. All 7 of them. Unless if they overlap, of course. Maybe we'll miss a little bit. We missed a little bit of this one. So what's up, Christine? Welcome back. How you doing? So Carolina defeats the Senators. They go up 3-0. And Buffalo beats the Bruins, and they go up 2-1 on that series. Oh, your name's Bob. Nice. I'll try and remember that. Vancouver Islander Canucks did not make it. Yeah, they definitely did not. Yeah, pretty rough year for Vancouver. Maybe they'll be able to bounce back next year. I doubt it, though. I highly doubt it. The Raptors have to win tonight to avoid going down 3-0. They are winning 121-99, fourth quarter, 2 minutes left. Ooh. It looks like they're going to win that. Seems like a good lead. Yep, great name for Carolina. All right. Face-off's going to come up here now. It'll be in the Colorado zone. The Kings have put the shots on Wedgwood, but they're struggling to convert on them. And again, there's only been 2 goals this entire series for LA and all the close games they've played. Face-off in the Colorado zone. It's McKinnon versus Byfield. I'm doing good, Christine. Face-off won by Colorado. They will clear it to center. Natchez trying to get around Doughty. Marty Natchez on the right side then, intercepted by Byfield, grabbed back by LaFerriere. Here come the Kings through center. LaFerriere into the zone, fires that one on, it goes up in the air. Up top, Byfield. Down low in the corner now, battling for with Moore. Picked back up by Byfield, shot from LaFerriere is blocked. In front, LaFerriere, another chance. And that one goes up and out of play. All right. Face off here in the Carolina zone. Stanley Cup playoffs rule. You're damn right, Jim. You are damn right. Face off here, one back then by the Kings, who will dump it down low into the Colorado zone. There is Kopitar. Back to Panarin. Panarin up top. For Edmondson, a shot. That one goes wide. Here's Clark. Battling forward here now, trying to get it back to center. And back down low, a hand pass blown dead here against the Avalanche. And the faceoff will come at center. Hey, what's up, Tim? Welcome, Tim. Been playing hockey lately, but here tonight, hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Welcome to the stream, brother. It's good to see you. It's been a little bit. Face-off coming up here now. It'll be outside of the Avalanche zone. Face-off is won back by the Avs. Malinsky will bank it off the boards, then back to Nick Waugh. Waugh, cross-ice pass then for Kulak. Back up top and forced back to center. Thank you, Ben. I appreciate it. What's up, nearby? How we doing? Here's Brand Clark taking it now through center. It's dropped back into the LA zone as the Avalanche force them away. Edmondson will clear it back to center. Here's Malinsky, who dumps it down low into the LA end. Dumoulin off the boards to center. Back into the Avalanche zone. Here's Kuzmenko. Pass to Panarin is blocked. And the Avs will get it back to center. Dumoulin steals it right back. Intercepted. Kadri 2-on-1. Pass over in front. They jab it on Forsberg. The net comes way off its hinges. And a whistle's blown. Good Lord. What's up, Rizla? We got everybody in here. Oh, man. Nice opportunity there. I think that was Parker Kelly who had the other side of that 2-on-1, but he kind of fumbled the puck a little bit and could not convert. Face-off coming up now in the Los Angeles zone. 6.5 minutes to go here in this opening period. The Avalanche got the early goal. They lead LA 1-0. Missed a little bit of that to start. Face-off now coming up here in the LA zone. It's Scott Laughton versus McKinnon. Face-off won by the Avalanche. Makar skirts it around now below the line. Cale Makar now shoots it on Forsberg. He'll make the save and cover up. Dropping my pencil. Whoops. So 6:17 to go here in the first period. Shots are 7-6. Says 6-7 on the screen. Face off here now in the LA zone. It'll be Byfield versus McKinnon. Face off is won then by the Kings. Doughty will move it through center back to Byfield off the boards to Moore. Moore battling forward then with Makar. Played back into the LA zone. Doughty. Chip back into the Colorado end and are set by the Avalanche. Marty Natchez now at center. Will drop it back then for Makar. 6 minutes to go here in this opening period. Puck is dumped back down low into the King zone. What's up, JJ? Here's Byfield. Through center now. Quinn and Byfield will come back and regroup in the LA zone. Doughty to Byfield. Byfield carries it in, shoots it there. It goes wide of Wedgwood. Yup, 6-7. We're funny. We're pretty funny lads, aren't we? Moore battling forward alongside Nichushkin. Moore will dump it down low to Hellenius. Hellenius battling for it then with Manson. Hellenius trying to throw that one to center. Brent Burns down low in the corner will try and chip it off the boards. And a whistle blown dead. And a penalty is coming up. It's against the Avalanche. The LA Kings will get the first power play of the game. And this is a massive opportunity. It's a 1-0 lead here for the Avalanche midway through this opening period, but the LA Kings are about to head to the power play. I've really loved how close this series has been. It's been really close to watch. Obviously, the previous game went to overtime, but it feels like every game has just been like right up against each other and really close. The LA Kings have one of their 2 goals in the power play. So maybe they'll be able to get their 3rd goal of this series in the power play. They've only had 1 goal in each of the games that have happened so far. It's been a real struggle. Thank you, Bob. We got 23 likes here on this stream. Thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe down below if you're new. We are at 6,123 subs. We are just less than 80 subs away from 6,200. We had 6,000 yesterday. Thank you all so much for your support on that stream yesterday. It is greatly appreciated. The Kings have had 46 or so 1-goal games this year. Is that true? Is the actual number 46? I know it's up there. It's certainly up there. Who am I rooting for? I want the Kings to win today. I want the Kings to win today so the series expands for sure, and we'll get a game 5. I want to see a game 5. It's been a close series. It shouldn't end in a sweep. Power play coming up here now for Los Angeles as we wrap up commercial break. It's on Manson for a cross-check on Hellenius. Huge opportunity for the Kings. They've been the better team tonight so far. Face-off in the Colorado zone. It's won back by Los Angeles. Clark comes in, pass over to Kempe, a drive, and that was denied there by Wedgwood. Nichushkin will steal it back then for Colorado and dump it down low into the LA zone. Brandt Clark through the zone then will drop it back for Kopitar. Kopitar over then for Kuzmenko, back to Kempe. Down low now on the right side, Panarin battling forward with Nelson. He's cross-checked down low. Burns will steal it back and clear it down the other way. You're all good, Bob. You're all good. Here's Kopitar. Back to Kempe. Kempe into the zone. Will drop it around then, intercepted by the Avalanche. Devon Tays shorthanded. Pass over is broken up by LA. Battling for it then at the line. Avalanche will dump it down low. Thank you, John. Doing the best I can, brother. Thank you. Your guys' kind words mean a lot. Dump down low here into the Avalanche zone. Kelly battling for it then with Moore. Up top, Drew Doughty. Cross-ice pass to Panarin. Panarin up top to Doughty now. Kings cycle the puck. Here's Byfield, a shot save, rebounds in front, and cleared away by the Avalanche. They get it out. All the way back into the Los Angeles zone. Doughty will pick it up then for the Kings. Drop back over then for Moore. Here's Trevor Moore for Byfield. Byfield down low into the corner. LaFerriere will chip it off the boards. Intercepted by Makar, who will dump it down the other way. Getting it back then is Anton Forsberg, battling forward alongside O'Connor. Here's Quinton Byfield now, who will move it through center for LA. Byfield into the zone. Takes it around Wedgwood. Battling for it alongside Burns. Up top, Dumoulin. Dumoulin to Doughty. Shot on there goes wide. Time will wind down, and that will do it for the power play. Good kill for the Avalanche. Not a lot of chances there. Here's Doughty. Back over then for Dumoulin. Dumoulin will gain the line and dump it around behind the Colorado net. Malinsky battling for it now on the right side with Scott Laughton. Picked up then by Wright. Wraparound chance there broken up. Ceci to Dumoulin, a shot. And that one is blocked as well. Puck will deflect in the air then. Landeskog trying to get it back for Colorado. Malinsky battling for it as well. Scott Laughton now behind the Avalanche net. Scott Laughton fighting with Kulak. Down low in the corner, Landeskog is there as well. Natchez will take it back for the Avalanche. And here they come through center. Malinsky fires it just wide of Forsberg. Off the boards, Dumoulin. Back to Ceci. Off the boards then for Wright. Wright will gain the line and dump it down low into the Colorado zone. Wedgwood. Over then for Malinsky. Puck is cleared back to center then. Grabbing it then is Wright, who will dump it down low into the Colorado zone. About 2 minutes to go here in this opening period. Edmondson for Clark. Clark off the boards to Hellenius. Battling for on the right side, then LaFerriere to Nelson. Shipped off the boards and back into the LA zone. Nelson circling around then for the Avalanche. Makar, a shot, and that one goes wide there of Forsberg. Manson down low. Intercepted by Mallet, who gets tied up with that puck from Makar. The Avalanche will take advantage and get it back to center. Colton back down low then for Makar. Cale Makar ahead then and dumped into the zone by Drury. And a whistle blown dead here down low in the Los Angeles zone. I'm not sure why. Offsides? That was a late... Oh no, a penalty. 2 minutes elbowing on LA. Power play coming up here for the Avalanche. So at first, it was a power play for Los Angeles. They killed it off. And now the LA Kings will get the chance to head to the man advantage. All right, power play coming up here now for Colorado. Thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement, brings more people into the wonderful commentary. Face-off here in the Kings zone is a tie-up. LA will get it all the way back down low into the Colorado zone. Wedgwood gives it over then to Makar. Makar will drop it back then for Natchez. Natchez throws it back to McKinnon. McKinnon gets around Edmondson. He throws it down low behind the net then. Up top, Landeskog. Natchez to Makar. Makar to McKinnon. Back to Natchez now on the right side. Marty Natchez now with 1 minute to go. Poke check there by Scott Laughton, who will clear it to center. What a poke by Scott. Here's Makar. Back over then to McKinnon. Nathan McKinnon will carry it through center. Back over to Landeskog. Landeskog in the zone. Back up top to Waugh. Waugh down low fighting forward then with Armia. Here's Makar to McKinnon. Nathan McKinnon here on the right side will circle it around with the Avalanche. McKinnon backhanded down low then. Broken up by the Kings. Edmondson will get it back and clear it ahead for Laughton, who comes in shorthanded. Pass down low for LaFerriere. A shot denied by Wedgwood. That even got on. Avalanche will take it back the other way. Natchez into the zone. Back to McKinnon. Cleared away then by Mikey Anderson. Down low into the Avalanche zone. 10 seconds to go. Makar will grab it back. Moves it through center. Then poke checked away. Moore will flip it back into the Colorado zone. And that will do it for the opening period. Gabriel Landeskog is the only goal scorer through 20 minutes of play here in Los Angeles. And it's a 1-0 lead for Colorado. That being said, folks, it is intermission time. Go get a snack. Go get a drink. Do what you got to do. We will be back for period number 2 momentarily. This is the countdown till the second. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Cheer for the Kings because on paper they are not that great than the Avs. Yep. No problem, Jerry. Thank you for being in here, bro. I appreciate it. So that being said, folks, I am going to take my own advice and go use the bathroom. I will be right back. Alrighty, everyone. I have returned. Sorry about that, guys. Had to go use the bathroom super quick. So, not only am I going to take my own advice for going to the bathroom, I'm going to take my own advice for a snack. I got some soft pretzels, folks. So, let me ask you guys something. Who doesn't love... Wait, I should rephrase this. Who likes going to farmers markets? Anybody like going to farmers markets if you have them local to you? Thankfully, here in PA, we have the great Amish people. You guys may know who Amish people are. They don't really use electricity. They don't really use anything, to be honest with you. They run by their own thing. They do their own thing. Fine with me. But they sell their food at the farmers markets, and they have some kick-ass pretzels. Buy the one local to me. This is a soft pretzel. Doesn't look like it, but it is kick-ass. What, a farmer's market or Amish people, JJ? Apparently this is a pretzel. It looks like it's a little broken up in the box, but yeah, I've been a little bit hungry. Was looking forward to this in the first period. Green Dragon? What's a Green Dragon? Yeah, they're the best food. Yeah, munch a little bit here, so got some more energy for the second. Yeah, the Kings had 31 overtime goals in 82 games. It was nuts. Yeah, they make the greatest food. It's actually kind of cheap, too. They're kind of cheap food where we are. Oh, really? No, it was a farmer's market in Reading. Reading, Pennsylvania, where I go. So that leads me to my next question. I already asked this before, but what is your guys' favorite? I've already asked a bunch of food questions. Let's ask. I'm eating pretzels. What is your guys' favorite food to get at a sporting event? It can be hockey, baseball, anything. Great farmers markets throughout the Chicago area, including one in my neighborhood. You're in Lancaster. Nice. I'm going to a Lancaster Stormers baseball game during the summer, I think. Scotiabank Arena, Toronto is a great hot pretzel, and it's the only thing you can buy for less than $15. I believe that. Yeah, I'm sure those Scotiabank pretzels are good. Hot dogs. Sausage with mustard and ketchup. Ooh, that's a sneaky pick, JJ. That's a sneaky pick. Dark horse pick. I do say so myself. Cold Coca-Cola, buttered popcorn. Dodger dogs in LA are always great. I want to go to Dodger Stadium so bad. I would love to go there. What's up, Dan? How we doing? Dan, we are asking everybody what their favorite food to get at a sporting event is. Nachos, that's a great pick. Yeah, I believe that, JJ. But for here, that's a sneaky pick. For in the United States, is what I meant. Yeah, I'm sure you guys came for this content, right? Just to watch me eat food. This is exactly why you guys are watching me. To eat food. Clement Blue Jays hockey jersey came in today, Nordic. Nice! Yeah, the Clement jersey. I saw a post today of him wearing it. Oh, God. Choking. Nice, Tim. So we will be live tomorrow for Lightning Canadians and Mammoth Golden Knights. Those are our games tomorrow. Yeah, they master the soft pretzel. It's delicious stuff. I might go get more tomorrow, honestly. Mini donuts, that's a good pick. Anaheim Stadium was also great sausages of all kinds. Yeah, Rex was telling me about that, I think. Rex, one of the viewers in the stream. Colorado going to sweep them? It seems like that's what the direction it's moving in. You are a soft pretzel? Wow. So does popcorn. Sounds like $50. Yeah. This day and age, you're right about that. You are so right about that, Skivvies. They have the ones that are stuffed with cheesesteak? Oh my God, that sounds awesome. They don't have ones like that, but they have a lot of wraps. Like, they make a lot of wraps of the one that I go to in Reading. It's delicious. Freaking awesome. I could eat like 30 of them. Like, that's how good they are. And I'm fat. I'll admit that. I'm not fat, but I'm definitely out of shape. For sure. Because of the Amish people. Winnipeg Jets foot-long hot dog. That's a good pick. Yeah. Talking about that, actually. Foot-long hot dog. Yeah, the stuffed ones are awesome. How different are the cheesesteaks in Penn? You're asking the wrong guy. I'm not really a big cheesesteak guy. Maybe somebody else from PA can answer that question. But I'm not big on cheesesteaks, I'm not gonna lie. Tommy Burger, I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, we're America's big burger people. We're big burger guys. Because we got McDonald's. Well, everybody has McDonald's, but we started McDonald's here and stuff. Baked apple pie from the Corn and Apple Festival in Manitoba. Nice. Oh, I haven't had an apple pie in forever, dude. Been a long time. That's a good pick, though. Again, for those who are just joining us, welcome. We definitely commentate hockey here. We don't just talk about food. But I asked the question, what's your guys' favorite food to get at a sporting event? Are Avs winning this game? It seems like they are so far, but I don't know. The Kings have played solid so far. It's been a close series for the most part. It's all about the bread. Damn right, Bathtub Jim. You're damn right about that, Jim. You are on par with that. Yep. Bread definitely makes a sandwich. You know what makes a sandwich as well? The meat. Well, sometimes people don't like meat. So, sometimes they like veggies as well. Hot dog, popcorn, cold beer. Oh, that sounds awesome. Yeah, that's great for baseball games. Yep. For all the hot dog people, all the baseball people in here, have any of you ever done the 999 challenge? The 9 beers, 9 hot dogs in 9 innings. Have you guys ever done that? Wow, damn, that's sick. Have any of you ever done the 999 challenge? I want to do it eventually, but I can't. I'm not old enough to get alcohol, so I'm only 19, so yeah, Montreal famous for the bagels. Also their poutine as well. They're famous for their poutine. Sounds like my Saturday. Go figure, JJ, of course. You know what? Hell yeah. Don't think my guts can do it. I don't know if I could do it either, to be honest. But German for no? Ah, okay. I'd puke. I think I could maybe do it, but I did it once and spent about 9 innings in the bathroom afterwards. Here in Portland, we have Kacha, bowl of boiled beef. Oh my god. A glass of vodka. That sounds awesome. Yeah, I'm not old enough to technically do it because I'm 19. I'm 2 years away in the US, but when I get there, I'll do it. At least once. All right. Enough of the snacks. Got to lock in and get ready for the second period. Thank you all very much for tuning in. As always, I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. Hey, there's Will Ferrell in the crowd. Chad Smith there too. A lot of celebrities here in Los Angeles, as always. There usually is. So second period coming up here in just a moment. By the way, the Avalanche will get a power play to start this one off, about a minute or about 32 seconds of power play time. I'm guessing you're going to that place with that Kacha bowl. All right. All right, second period coming up in just a moment, folks. Stick around. We got the second coming up here in a matter of moments. Let's go, Nelson. Love to hear that. All right, perfect. Just turned in. What's going on? Does it look like the Habs are gonna sweep? Or the Avs? Not the Habs. All good. I think that I feel like the Kings gotta win at least one. I hope. I want the series to go longer than what it is right now, but we'll see. The Avalanche have been the better team, though, for sure. Like, not even close. Well, I shouldn't say that. It's been close. It's certainly been close. Okay. Nelson was my cousin's grade. Graduated with Osh and Gigi from War Road. Hope Avs win it this year. Nice. Thank you, Davey. Why does Google say Colorado leads 2-0 when it hasn't started yet? Do they predict what happens before it even starts? What, 2-0 in the game or 2-0 in the series? Because the Avs lead 2-0 in the series. Do I think the Knights can win the Cup this year? Definitely. They've been one of the better teams recently ever since hiring Tortorella. So, could be on the cards for them. Maybe not. We'll see. All right. Second period coming up in a matter of seconds. Alrighty, everyone. Let's get ready for the start of the second period between the Colorado Avalanche and the Los Angeles Kings. First period recap. The only goal was scored by Gabe Landeskog to make it a 1-0 lead for the Avalanche after 20 minutes of play. Getting set for the next half of hockey. Stats through 20. Shots are 12-7 in favor of the LA Kings. Faceoffs are 53% in favor of Los Angeles as well. Power plays, Los Angeles 0 for 1. And Colorado yet to have their first power play finished out. Penalty minutes, 2-2. Hits are 11-10 Avalanche, and blocked shots are 6-4 in favor of LA. Period number 2 between the Avalanche and the Kings. The Avalanche will start off with 32 seconds of power play time. And we are underway. Face-off is won back then by the Avalanche. They will hold it now in their own zone. Makar will drop it back then for McKinnon up top to Natchez. Natchez at the point then Makar to McKinnon. Nate Dogg up top. Shot on there is blocked. McKinnon battling for it then alongside Ceci. 10 seconds to go here on the Avalanche power play. Time will wind down, and that'll pretty much do it for it. Solid kill by the Kings. They didn't really give them that many chances. Here's Natchez. Will fire a shot on there just wide of Forsberg. McKinnon up top, intercepted by the Kings. Here's Byfield. 2-on-2 with Scott Laughton. Laughton will dump it down low into the zone. Byfield trying to get that one. Stolen back by the Avalanche. Here's Taze. Off the boards to Landeskog. Played up top then for Natchez. Natchez circles around, battling for it alongside Anderson. Kings will get it back and regroup. Here's Nelson. Into the zone, and a whistle blown dead for an offsides. Sad they will throw away all my LA Kings shirts if they lose. Yeah. Face-off coming up outside of the Colorado zone. Or outside of the LA zone, sorry. Still thrown off by my pretzel. Face-off here is won back by the Avalanche. Nelson to Taze. Coming into the zone, there's Malinsky, who will dump it around the boards. Now Kelly fighting with Doughty. In the corner, Nichushkin gets it back. Nichushkin off the boards then. Shot on there by Kelly. Goes wide of Forsberg. Kings will get it back and regroup. Anderson off the boards to center. Here's Kuzmenko up top, then Laferriere. Laferriere shoots it. Save there, rebounds there, and chipped away. Nelson trying to get it off the boards. It's kept in then by LA. Up top, Laferriere's shot goes just wide of Wedgwood. Down low in the corner now, Malinsky. Puck goes up and out of play. Disappointed by everything tonight. God is not on your side at all. Losing a lot of bets, Crimson. Oh my goodness. 18:21 left to go. Shots are 13-7 in favor of the Kings. Face-off won by LA. Edmondson shoots it. Glove by Wedgwood. Really sucks because the Kings are playing well. They're getting shots on Wedgwood. They're playing the way they have to. But in the last two games, they just can't get anything to go their way. Colorado has been the better team, and I think that's because of just their overarching talent. They're just so much better than the Kings in terms of on paper and just overall that they just beat them. Even though LA's playing solid. Shot there by Panarin goes up and out of play. Thank you, Sam. I appreciate it. Never watched the hockey stream. The rest are trash. Does anyone give credit to the Colorado D on how good they're playing? Yeah, they've done a good job defensively, too. A lot of the shots, I will say this, a lot of them are to the outside. That's what most of it has been. A lot of them have been shots from the outside and such. And the Avalanche have done a good job at clearing away from the house. Dumped around now behind the Avalanche net. Lehkonen will throw it to center. Here's Taze into the zone. Devon Taze will chip it off the boards. Now Doughty down low in the corner battling for it with McKinnon. Nate Dogg trying to get that one loose. It's intercepted then by the Kings. Laferriere fighting with Natchez. Stolen back by Anderson. McKinnon gets it back. Pass in front. Taze the drive. Save rebounds there. Denied. Trevor Moore will take it back to center. Cross ice pass to Laferriere is tipped. And Colorado will regroup. Nate Dogg off the boards to Taze. Intercepted by Panarin, who will dump it down low furthermore. Referee falling on the ice. Makar back to Lehkonen. Ahead then for McKinnon is broken up by Kempe. Anderson around then for Ceci. Cody Ceci, cross-ice pass at center. Kopitar fighting with Drury. Grab back then by Panarin. Artemi Panarin then over for Cody Ceci. He'll dump it down low into the Colorado zone. Kulak fighting for it down low then with Kempe. In the corner now, trying to get that one loose is Kopitar, fighting for it with Taze down low. Just over 3 minutes gone in this second period. Still a tie up here, down low in the corner. It's still tight. Face off. Now Kopitar gets it loose for LA. Up top, Kempe to Ceci. Cleared around then behind the net to Panarin. Panarin getting it back for the Kings, intercepted then by O'Connor. Here's O'Connor now moving it through center. He'll chip it around Dumoulin. O'Connor battling for it now with Ceci. Thrown back up top. Natchez a shot. Denied there in front by Forsberg. Kings will get it back. Kempe to Ceci. Ceci will get it down low. Intercepted by the Avalanche once again. Nichushkin will break into the LA zone. He'll circle back around. He'll force Ceci all the way back down low. Here's Ross Colton. Dumps it around then behind the net all the way back into the Avalanche zone. Here's Malinsky. Down low now in the corner. Battling for it on the right side, then it's Panarin. Burns fighting with Wright. Brent Burns up top to Mallet. A shot saved by Wedgwood. He covers up the rebound as Colorado knocks away the opposing LA players from the crease. And I think a penalty's coming up here. Maybe? Thought I heard them say penalty. I might be wrong. Who knows? Nice save there by Wedgwood. Shots 13-8 in favor of LA. Again, the Kings have done a good job at getting shots on, but a lot of them have been from the outside, more or less. Faceoff's going to come back here now in the LA zone. Looks like no penalties, so I apologize for that, guys. I guess I'm mishearing myself. Here's Lawton now. Will take the draw against Waugh. Faceoff coming up here now in the Avalanche end. Andrei Kuzmenko is in the lineup tonight for the Kings. He returns for the first time this series. Armia against Waugh. Joel Armia now will take the draw. And it's a tie-up at center. It's won back by the Avalanche. Tays to Kadri, who forces it back to center. Clark off the boards. Then puck goes in the air for Armia. Battling for it now on the right side is Landeskog alongside Armia and dumped back down low into the LA zone. And out of play. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. We are just under 75 subs away from 6,200. We had a phenomenal day yesterday. Thank you all so much for your support so far. Face-off coming here now at center ice. It's Waugh versus Lawton. Face-off here now is won back by the Kings. Anderson will dump it down low here into the Colorado zone. Tays around the boards then battling forward with Doughty. Doughty trying to dump it down low. Armia into the corner then for Kuzmenko. Andrei Kuzmenko behind the net throws it on net. And that one is denied. Here come the Avalanche now through center. Kadri around Anderson. Battling for it down low in the corner. Kuzmenko will clear it off the boards back to Scott Lawton. Scott Lawton now holds it in the LAN. Now Kuzmenko off the boards. Intercepted by Colorado. Makar ahead for Waugh. Up top Landeskog. Down low Waugh. Dekes in. Denied there by Forsberg. And he will cover up. And now it's Scruffle. Down low here in the Los Angeles zone. Shots are 14-9 in favor of the Kings. It was Landeskog from Waugh and Manson, making it a 1-0 lead for the Avalanche earlier on in the period. Not a particularly eventful game. Obviously, no glass shattering like there was in the previous game. So there's that. Nick Waugh, back in the 2023 Stanley Cup Final. Won a cup with Vegas. One of the many players who has won a Stanley Cup on this Avalanche team. They're experienced for sure. Here's Moore. Back down low then for Brian Dumoulin. Dumoulin thrown up top to Byfield. At center then getting it back is Moore. Trevor Moore into the zone. Pass over. And just wide there of Wedgwood. Quinton Byfield, a great chance. Here's Natchez. Will stop at center. Manson intercepted. Here comes Laferriere into the Avalanche zone. Now Byfield pass over in front. They score! It's in the back of the net. Trevor Moore, I think, gets credited with the goal, but it might have went off his face. He looked like he was holding his face there for a moment. We are tied at 1. So it looks like Trevor Moore took a stick to the face as Laferriere threw that pass on. It deflected off of him and into the back of the net. But here's the thing. Moore got bloodied up by a high stick. This could be a double minor. Which, despite the goal for LA, it'll still result in a power play for the Kings because of the fact that it's a double minor. So it'll be a double minor power play here for the Kings. After tying the game up, they get a 4-minute power play. What unbelievable luck to go their way. It's Trevor Moore's first goal of the series from Alex Laferriere, and they finally break through and beat Wedgwood. So it'll be a 2-minute power play. Sorry, not a 4-minute. 2-minute power play. Face-off is won back then by the Avalanche. They will dump it back into the Kings zone. Here's Brandt Clarke. He'll drop it back then for Kopitar. Kopitar through center. Over then to Laferriere. He'll get around Burns. Laferriere off the boards. Intercepted then by the Avalanche. Trying to clear that one the other way is Burns. He will get it there. Puck will slide in on Forsberg. Over then for Brandt Clarke. Here's Brandt Clarke now, who will move it through center. Clarke into the zone. Fires it in. Now battling forward in the corner with Kulak. We know what Brandt Clarke can do. A very offensive, touted defenseman for sure. Here's Panarin. Below the line then to Kopitar. Kopitar to Panarin. Up top Laferriere. Back to Clarke. Now Laferriere on the right side. Cross-ice pass to Clarke. Down low now with it is Kempe. Adrian Kempe. Cross-ice pass to Clarke is poke checked away by Kelly. Here's Panarin. Into the LA zone. Back to Kopitar. Up top. Clarke. Laferriere in front. It's in the crease and cleared away. Here's Panarin. Down low to Kopitar. 45 seconds to go. Shot from Laferriere goes wide. Up top then getting it back. Kopitar. He'll dump it around behind the net then to Panarin. Panarin fighting with Nelson. Artemi Panarin trying to get that one loose. Clarke up top to Kempe. Panarin waits, fires it, and it's blocked. Avalanche will take advantage. They will get it back to center. Kulak will dump it down low into the LA end. 15 seconds to go on the power play. Byfield through center. He's got some room with 10 seconds to go. Byfield want to move past Burns. Fires it on. The one goes wide. That'll pretty much do it for the LA power play. Byfield trying to throw it down low to Panarin. Intercepted there by the Avalanche. Here they come the other way. It's a 3-on-2. Taves back over to O'Connor, and they miss the pass, and the Kings will recover. So you can't score on the power play, obviously, but you do get a goal right before that. So at least that's something. And we have a tied hockey game here. 1-1 in here in the second period. Here's Devon Taves through center off the boards to McKinnon. And a whistle blown dead for an offsides against the Avalanche. We will step aside. 11:37 to go here in this second period. The Avalanche and the Kings are tied at 1 here in Los Angeles. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. There's the man of the hour, Michael. Go Kings, go. How about it, buddy? With a goal by Trevor Moore, and not only that, he draws a penalty. All good, though. You still scored and tied it. And that's the first goal to come for the Kings, not in the third period in this series. Forsnerge? Who's Forsnerge? Douglas, who's Forsnerge? Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement, brings more people in the wonderful commentary. We have 40 likes here on this commentary stream. Thank you all so much for your support. Colorado is going to Avalanche, that's for sure. Huh. Nice little pun there. Been watching the games in my brother's house. Hope this channel brings some luck. We'll see, bro. I'm 0-2 this year. Yeah, Chris. Sends are done. It doesn't look good. Colorado goal coming. We'll see, Johnny. 11:37 to go in the second period. It's a 1-1 hockey game here. Looks like we're going to get a power play. And a penalty coming up here. I think it's against the Avalanche. Or are we getting a penalty? What is happening? It says power play on my screen over here. Good evening, Chris. Yeah, not looking good for the Sens. All right, no power play. NHL.com's just scrolling me. Face-off won by the Avalanche. Kulak off the boards and back into the LA zone. It'll slide wide of Forsberg, and that will be an icing. I'm doing good, Chris. How are you? Good to see you here again in the chat. Good to see all you guys here in the chat as always. Shot 16-10 in favor of LA. Showing off Sam Malinsky on my screen, who has a little stitch on his right side. Face-off here in the Avalanche zone is won by Colorado. They will dump it off the boards, trying to get it to center. Lehkonen ahead for Natchez. Natchez battling for it down low in the corner. Marty Natchez up top, and it's forced back to center. Natchez over then to Makar. Here's Makar into the zone, fires it on the one's blocked. Cale Makar battling for it down low with Anderson. Mikey Anderson behind the net then for Los Angeles. LaFerriere off the boards to center. Here's Trevor Moore. Moore comes in. He'll get around Nelson. Battling for it down low is Moore and Nelson. Intercepted by the Avalanche. Nichushkin to Lehkonen. Thank you, Christine. Here's Nichushkin, a shot saved there by Forsberg on the right side then. The Kings will get to center. Here's LaFerriere. Battling for it then with Ross Colton. Colton off the boards then for Taze. Taze to Colton. Colton shoots it. Save there. Nearly halfway through the game in the period. Down low behind the net then. Dumoulin fighting for it with Nichushkin. Pass back up top then. Here's Malinsky, a drive, and that one goes wide there of Forsberg as well. Kopitar off the boards and back to center. Battling for it down low then is Panarin alongside Taze. Not a lot of whistles here in this second period. Kopitar back to Waugh. Waugh will gain the line into the zone now. At center, Avalanche regroup. Sharky, I hope the Kings win. I want to see the Kings win. Here's Kopitar. Off the boards for Kempe. Kempe shoots it, and he fanned on that puck. Here's Malott. Back down low then for Kopitar. Kopitar up top then for Edmondson. Shot on and goes wide. Getting it back then is the Avalanche. It's Nick Waugh, who will carry it here through center. Waugh ahead then for Mallet, who will backhand it down low. Battling for it in the corner then is Wright alongside Malinsky. Trying to get that one free down low. Wright, a shot. Denied there by Wedgwood. Here's Malott. Behind the net then for LA. Jeff Malott on the right side trying to handle this puck. He'll chip it off the boards. And back down low to the corner. Ceci ahead then for Hellenius, who will fire it down low. It's intercepted then by the Avalanche, who will carry it through center. Landeskog to Kadri, a shot denied there. Here comes Cody Ceci. Ceci will gain the line and dump it down low into the Avalanche zone. It goes around the boards. Brent Burns will get it back then for Colorado. Here's Kulak, who will clear it to center. O'Connor, poke checked away. Kings will grab it back. Scott Laughton will dump it down low into the Colorado zone. On the right side, Armia, shot on there, goes wide. Forced back to center. O'Connor battling for it then. And regrouping now in the LA zone. It's the Stadium Series, Chris, and thank you for those who were complimenting it. I appreciate it. I've been wearing this hat all season. It's good luck. Kuzmenko battling for it then, cleared it back to center. Here's O'Connor into the zone. Logan O'Connor will try and dump it around behind the net then, battling for it down low with Doughty. Around the boards and back up top. Makar Fighting down low in the corner, then stolen back by Doughty, who will clear it off the boards. Intercepted in front. Lehkonen up top to Taze. Taze to Makar. Makar waiting, fires it. He scores! Cale Makar from up top. And the Avalanche have taken a 2-1 lead. Well, Paws and Tails, that's kind of the as soon as he comments that, as soon as you comment that, Paws and Tails, the Avs come down the other way and score. All right. I think Makar had it. Maybe it was tipped. No, it was directly into the back of the net. Cale Makar had that right there. With 7:48 to go, the Avalanche have taken a 2-1 lead in this second period. Nathan MacKinnon gets it back for Colorado. Shoots it there on Forsberg. It goes wide. There have only been a total of 3 goals in each game the entire series. Byfield will dump it down low into the Avalanche zone. Burns off the boards then for Kulak, who will hold it down low in the Avalanche zone. Kopitar fighting now with Nichushkin. Played back down low into the Avalanche zone. Shots are 17-13 in favor of the Kings. Puck slides in on Forsberg. He will make the save. Still no points for Nathan MacKinnon, as well as McDavid too. The top stars have been held off the lineup have been held off the score sheet for the most part. You're right about that, JJ. So Cale Makar makes it a 2-1 lead for the Avalanche here in the second period. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement, brings more people into the wonderful commentary. We are just under 70 subs away from 6,200. Kempe, cross-ice pass up top, then Dumoulin. Down low in the corner then for Kopitar. Kopitar battling forward then alongside Waugh. Up top, Dumoulin will dump it around behind the net then. Taze. Off the boards then, Makar will clear it all the way back into the LA zone. Huge hit down low there by Colton. Now Waugh gets around Ceci. On the right side, Ceci back to Taze, a shot. And that one goes wide. Kempe will get it back then for Los Angeles. 6.5 minutes to go in this second period. It's been a very fast game. Not a lot of whistles here in this one. And we'll get a whistle here for an icing as soon as I say that. Isn't that awesome when you say something that isn't happening and as soon as you say it, that thing happens? I feel like it happens 1,000 times. I mean, I've done so many of these streams, but I feel like it happens all the freaking time. Face-off coming up in the Kings' end. It's a tie-up and one back by the Kings. Ceci battling forward then with Hellenius. Landeskog trying to get it loose down low. Dumoulin in the corner for LA. Trying to chip it off the boards then for Kempe. Here's Kadri up top to MacKinnon. Shot there goes wide. Puck slides in on Forsberg. He makes the save. And Landeskog fell on the ground. A whistle was blown dead immediately. Hopefully Landy's okay. Oh, it's a penalty against the Kings. Avalanche power play coming up. So Trevor Moore tied up the game, followed by Cale Makar, who made it a 2-1 hockey game here. We had a commercial break. It'll be a 4-on-4 actually, not a power play for Colorado. It'll be 4-on-4. My apologies. 4-on-4. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. We got 46 likes here on the commentary. I appreciate your guys' support. It means a lot. We will be live tomorrow for Lightning and Canadiens. What's Chronicky? What is that? I don't know what that is. Can you enlighten me on what that is? Does that mean like you have to pay for the TV subscriptions? I'm not sure what that means. It ain't over until it's over. Lots of time left. You're right about that, Jane. You are correct about that. 2-1 Colorado here. We're going to get some 4-on-4 here in this one tonight as Hellenius got a penalty and McKinnon got a penalty. So some 4-on-4 coming up here. McKinnon and Hellenius in the box. And a 4-on-4 getting ready to start. Oh, okay. All right, I get it now. Face-off coming up here now in the LA zone, 4-on-4. Byfield versus Nelson. Face-off won by the Avalanche. Makar. Back over then for Nichushkin, who's forced to center. Vladimir Nichushkin now will carry it back into the Colorado zone. Nichushkin for Makar. Makar back to Taze. Devon Taze will regroup with this puck. Taze off the boards then to Nichushkin. Nichushkin, cross-ice pass to Nelson. Nelson at center, a shot. And that one goes wide there of Forsberg. Down low in the corner, Doughty will get it back then for the Kings. Up top, Taze. Devon Taze will throw it back over then for Nichushkin. Nichushkin to Makar. Makar takes it down low behind that wraparound chance. Denied by Forsberg. Great opportunity there by Makar, but he could not convert. All the way back into the Avalanche zone. Devon Taze will hold it here for the Avalanche. Here's Natchez. Breaks it into the zone. Skips it to center. Broken up. Kempe will get it back then for LA. Kempe for Dumoulin. Dumoulin battling for it alongside Natchez. Marty Natchez fighting for this puck. Here comes Lehkonen. Lehkonen shoots it. That one goes wide there of Forsberg. Back all the way down low into the Avalanche zone. Malinsky will get it back then for Colorado. 4:40 left to go here in the second period. It feels like this period is just flying by. Here's Malinsky. Into the zone, back to Lehkonen. Lehkonen up top for Kulak. Brett Kulak will come back to center. Regrouping now in the Colorado end, all the way up top then for Kadri. Kadri dekes it into the zone, back for Malinsky. Malinsky moves to center, fires it, and that one is blocked. All the way back to center then now, here's Panarin with speed. He's got some room on Kulak. Battling for it now down low in the corner. Kulak fighting on the right side down low. Intercepted then by Nazem Kadri. And we are back to 5-on-5. Kadri to Natchez. Back to McKinnon out of the box. Up top Taze to Burns, a shot. And that one is blocked. Less than 4 minutes to go here now. McKinnon back to Landeskog. Landeskog, top of the circle. Burns, a shot. That one goes wide. Taze comes in, fumbles the puck. Back up top then for Landeskog, who will regroup. Gabe Landeskog over then for Burns. Chipped off the boards and back in on Forsberg. He will make the save and cover up with 3:29 to go. I am 1997 to make me 30 or 29? I am 19, actually. I was born 10 years later. The 97 on the at the end of my name is actually Connor McDavid. So when I was like 12 years old, I've been doing this for almost 7 years. When I was 12 years old, I was thinking of a hockey name for my channel. And I came up with Nordic from the Quebec Nordiques and 97 from the best player in the world at the time and still is now, Connor McDavid. And that's how I came up with it. Shot on Forsberg. He makes the save. We will step aside. 13:24 to go in this second period. 2-1 Avalanche. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. Oh my goodness. We will be live tomorrow. For Lightning Canadians, followed by Mammoth and Golden Knights. That is tomorrow's schedule. All right. Sorry, guys. Texting somebody really quick. All right. I'm good. I am good. You guys good? I'm good. Nordic for president. What's up, Rock and Roar? I don't know if I could run for president. I don't know if that'd be a good idea. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know if that'd be a good idea. 1988, 1975. Yeah, I'm still young, 19. Yeah, I was 12 back in 2020. In early 2020, I was 12 years old. Birthday's in February, so yeah. Nordic for NESN. Ooh. What would that be, the Bruins? All right, back here in Los Angeles. Shots are 17-15 in favor of the Kings. The Avalanche lead 2-1. Face-off here is won back by the Avalanche. Malinsky at the point, fires it on. It goes wide there of Forsberg. On the right side, Kings get it back down low. Kelly battling forward alongside Wright. Getting it back down low is the Avalanche. Here comes Drury, a shot. That one goes wide there of Forsberg. Here's Wright. Back over then for Drury. Drury off the boards for Kelly. Back down low here into the Los Angeles zone. Armia fighting alongside O'Connor. O'Connor here on the right side. Down low, Kelly. Up top to Burns, a shot. And that one goes wide there. Down low here in the corner, trying to get that one free is O'Connor. O'Connor fighting with Drury. Scott Laughton will bank this one off the boards and back to center. Here's Devon Toews now in his own end. Pass up top then, and ahead for O'Connor, who falls on a broken stick. Good night, Chris. See you later, bro. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Here's Arturi Lehkonen. Back up top. LaFerriere, turnover. Shot goes wide. Here's Byfield. Down low now in the corner. In front, LaFerriere, a drive. That one goes wide. Another chance on is blocked as well. Kulak along the right side will flick this one off the boards, trying to get it to center. Natchez back to Byfield. Anderson cross-ice pass to Doughty. Chipped all the way back down low into the Avalanche zone. Here's Toews. Back ahead then and into the LA zone. Doughty in the Kings' end. 1:30 to go here. Here's Panarin through center. He'll dump it down low into the Colorado zone. Toews back to Kopitar. Poke checked ahead. Battling for it then alongside Makar in the corner. Cale Makar gets it back for the Avalanche down low. Makar off the boards then for Toews. Broken up then by Kempe. Kempe pass down low is broken up and back to center. All the way back down into the Kings' end. Clark off the boards then for Edmondson. Joel Edmondson Up to Kempe. Last minute of play in the second period. Kopitar to Kempe in front. Broken up there by the Kings. Down low there. Adrian Kempe pass to Edmondson. A drive denied by Wedgwood. If that even got on. Up top, Clark. Moves to center. Clark shoots it. Saved there by Wedgwood. Avalanche will chip this one all the way back into the LA zone. Here comes Scott Lawton into the zone. Moves to center. Broken up there. Armia with 30 seconds to go. Kulak battling forward as well. Landeskog. 3-on-2 the other way. Landeskog will chip it down low into the LA zone. Clark battling forward now with Landeskog. Scott Lawton off the boards. Up top then from Malinsky. A shot. Denied there by Forsberg. And he will make the save with 11 seconds left. $11 seconds to go. Shots are 19-16. Shots are 19-16 here in favor of LA. 11 seconds to go here in the second period. Face-off one back by the Kings. Anderson will dump it off the boards to center. Tays intercepted then by Scott Lawton. Lawton into the zone. Shoots it. That one's blocked. McCarr will clear it out. And that'll do it for period number 2. End of 40 here in Los Angeles. The Avalanche lead the Kings 2-1 after Trevor Moore tied it. Cale Makar with a shot from up top makes it 2-1 after 40 minutes of play. That being said, folks, it is intermission time. Go get a snack. Go get a drink. Do what you got to do. And we will be back for period number 3 momentarily. Let's do a question hockey night. What do you want, a hockey question? I don't think I ever asked you guys, who do you guys think will win the cup? What are your guys' Stanley Cup picks? I don't think I ever asked that. If you guys want to give your hockey pick, comment them down below. Who is winning the Stanley Cup this year? All right, I'm going to take another cough drop. My voice is doing solid so far. Is doing solid. Better than it was. Habs, Dallas, Avs. Although you want it to be Philly. I would love it to be Philly. It won't be Philly, though. I picked Stars. I picked Stars to win this year. All right, 2-1 lead for Colorado. Going to post the McCarr goal. Make that a clip. Put the feed up on my computer. All right. Got about 15 minutes here till the start of the third period. Sorry, pulling up the stream on my chat. It's loading really slow. The chat's loading really slow, so I don't have the chat up on my screen right now. All right. Want the Buffalo Sabres, Lightning, but I want the Bruins to win. Oh, hockey question night live stream. Maybe during the summer. I do want to do more summer streams this year. That could be a good idea during the summer. Better be the Oilers. Not sure about that. Yep. That'd be a good idea. During the off season would be a great idea for that. If Colorado, I say Montreal. Montreal would be a great pick too. All right. What do I have in mind for summer commentary? Not necessarily commentary, but I was thinking during the summer we could do a stream once a week or twice a week, and we unbox some hockey cards. We talk about stuff. I think that would be great to do. So, I think that might be my idea in the off season. We'll see though. From up top. And the Avalanche have taken a 2-1 lead. Tomorrow we will actually be starting our off-season outlooks for 2026. We're going to go over all the eliminated playoff teams and talk about what their off-seasons could look like, discuss the future, and all that stuff. Tomorrow we will start that with the we'll start that with the Canucks. Yeah, definitely keep in touch. I feel like that's something we need to be better with during the summer. I need to have better summers, more consistent summers, because sometimes I'll go into the summer and I'll just end up missing a lot of days within posting, and got to keep the consistency up for sure. Old times, yep. NHL rookie draft is cool. Yeah, we'll be live for the draft too. We will be live for the draft. McKenna, summer 26. DuPont, summer 2027. Yep. Exciting guys for sure. Our prospect previews will start up soon too, probably in May or maybe start of June. We're still a month away from the draft, so I'm waiting on that. I do want to do a mock draft soon. That'll be coming soon, though. How about the draft lottery? We should be live for that too. We should be live for the lottery as well. As far as I know. When is the lottery? It's the first Monday of May, right? Or the second Monday of May. 0 shots or barely in the second period during the Sens game. What, rigged for the Sens or rigged for the Canes? Keep the fever going. Yeah, draft is late June. It's June 27th. It's over for the Kings if it goes 3-1. Mathematically, possibly easily tell who will win by a team with at least amount of shots, as they're not trying Sens through the game. They just really like with Ottawa in that game. They really seemed like they really weren't playing that inspiring hockey. They just didn't. It honestly felt like they played Game 3 in Ottawa like it was over. Like they played Game 3 like it was over. Like the series was over. That's really what it felt like to me. Just seems like it's basically over every time. So, yeah, 27th of June. That's when the draft is. We will be live for it, of course. Ottawa put up a classic Leafs effort. I love that. That's a great comment. That's a great comment. That's a great comment. I love that. All right, let me update the all-time stat sheet super quickly. I don't know if they're throwing it. It's definitely not impossible for a team to have under 5 shots. I don't know if they were throwing the game, but they really didn't seem like they wanted to win. It really felt like they were playing like the series was over already. So disappointing there. We'll be live for Game 4 though. We'll see how Game 4 goes. Can the Kings come back? Certainly, but I feel like with the way this series has been, it's been all 2-1 hockey games the entire way in favor of Colorado. So I'll hold my breath for now, but we'll see. Absolutely, Kings can come back. Yeah, definitely. It's only a 1-goal game. That's not the worst it would be, or not the worst it's been. As a Leafs fan, I've seen it all too often. Team just looks like they gave up early. Leaf players have used their golf sessions book before series was over. Very much an effort thing. Yeah, it just seemed like they weren't giving the effort. They didn't care. It was really frustrating. All right, third period coming up soon, guys. About 5 minutes to go to the third. Wouldn't it be nice if at least one in our lifetime? I don't know if we'll ever see it. Kings should at least have a chance to OT. Yeah, we'll see if they can tie it up. Colorado wins the cup. Austin Matthews leaving Toronto. Telling you right now, Rick Furlow's to win after heartbreak. We'll see, CJ. We will see. Was living in Colorado when Avs won in 2001. Nice. All right, good thing I. All right, third period coming up. Should be and there is two different things, though. Yep. Alrighty, everyone, let's get ready for the start of period number 3 between the Colorado Avalanche and the Los Angeles Kings here from LA. Second period recap, goals were scored by Trevor Moore and Cale Makar, making it a 2-1 lead for the Avalanche after 40 minutes of play. Taking a look at your stats through 40, shots are 19 to 15 in favor of Los Angeles. The Kings have been a better team in terms of shooting. Faceoffs are 53% in favor of the Avalanche. Power plays, Kings are 0 for 2, Avalanche are 0 for 1. Hits are 22 to 9 in favor of LA, and block shots are 12-12. Third period is underway. Here's LaFerriere, who will dump it down low into the Avalanche zone. Makar to center. Lehkonen battling for on the right side, then with Anderson. In the corner, Drew Doughty gets it back then for LA. Kept in the zone then by the Avalanche. Anderson battling for with Lehkonen. Lehkonen to pass over. Blocked in front. Rebound there for Natchez up top. Makar pass over. Too many passing plays there. Moore back down low here for Anderson. Here's Drew Doughty. Back down low to Anderson. I'm watching on TNT, Nicole. I'm watching on TNT. Here's Doughty. Over then for Kopitar. Kopitar for Kempe. Kempe will dump it around now behind the net then for Wah. Panarin on the right side to center. Here's Clark. Over then for Edmondson. Panarin trying to throw a cross-ice pass is broken up then by the Avalanche. Malinsky in his own zone. Back over then for Nelson. Intercepted by Edmondson, who tries to clear. Clark will get it back then for Los Angeles. Chipped all the way back down low into the Colorado zone. Malinsky fighting now with Panarin. Kulak will dump it back to center. Ceci regroups now in his own end. Back over to Dumoulin. Dumoulin ahead then for Lawton. Back over then for Kuzmenko. Broken up then by the Avalanche and cleared back to center. Dumoulin. Here now for Ceci. Back over then Brian Dumoulin will dump it down low into the Avalanche zone. And then on Wedgwood, who will make the save? All right. Face-off here in the Colorado zone is won back then by the Avalanche and cleared to center. Here's Landeskog battling forward with Edmondson. Kadri, cross-ice pass to Panarin. Here's Artemi Panarin now, who will move it through center for the Kings. Off the boards, Clark is offsides. And they blow that play dead. Shots now 20 to 15. The Kings have done a good job at really racking up the shots. Again, they've gotten a magnitude of chances here to try and tie this game up. But the biggest decision maker in this entire series has been Scott Wedgwood. He really has been the biggest difference maker. Face-off here now is tied up on the right side. Down low, the Avalanche will clear it back to center. Hellenius battling forward down alongside Drury. Dumoulin trying to get it free. Mallet will bank it back to center. Makar in the Colorado end. Makar will throw it ahead then for O'Connor. O'Connor, 3-on-3. Shoots it, he fans on the puck. Here's Jared Wright. Getting it back then for LA. He will clear it to center. Now Makar will dump it down low into the Avalanche zone. Kuzmenko trying to get it to center. Off the boards for McKinnon, who will chip it down low into the LA zone. Edmondson for Dumoulin. Dumoulin off the boards and back down low into the Colorado zone. Burns fighting with Kuzmenko. On the right side now, Lawton battling forward then with McKinnon. McKinnon for Natchez. 2-on-2 the other way. Nathan McKinnon will bring it into the zone. Natchez up top. Shot from McCarr goes wide. Sam Malinsky trying to battle for it down low in the corner. Doughty for Armia. Battling forward then alongside Lehkonen. Scott Lawton will bank it off the boards to center. And dump back in there on Wedgwood. Devon Tays here now down low in the Colorado end. Here's Malinsky. Cross-ice pass off the boards to Nichushkin. Up top, digging into the zone. Shot on there, saved by Forsberg. So, TNT, what I'm watching on right now, TNT, they just showed a graphic on their screen saying that the LA Kings have not won a playoff series since 2015, since they won the Cup in 2014. Is that true? Is that true? I feel like they won in 2018, no? Didn't they sweep Anaheim in 2018? Like, I swear to God, they've won a playoff series since their last Cup. That's got to be incorrect, right? Face-off here is won back by the LA Kings. Clark fighting for them with Nichushkin. Stolen back by Colton, a shot. And that one goes wide. Here's Nichushkin. Up top then to McCarr. McCarr dekes in. Backhand on denied. Here's Byfield. Knocked off that puck by McCarr. LaFerriere gets it back and a whistle blown dead. A penalty coming up against the Kings. Power play coming up here for Colorado. The Avalanche will get another chance here to potentially go up 2-0 in this season series. Or 2-0 in this game, or by 2 in this game. Jesus. Thank you, Douglas. There's no way that's true. I feel like they won in 2018, no? They had to have won in 2018. Face-off coming up here now in the Los Angeles zone. Power play here for the Avalanche. Off the draw, it's won back by Colorado. McCarr to Kadri. Kadri. It's center, then Lehkonen, a shot. Save their rebounds in front. And Forsberg denies it. Puck will get cleared all the way back into the Avalanche zone. McCarr. Given over then for McKinnon. Nate Dogg will move it here through center. He'll get it over then for Landeskog. Landeskog carries it into the zone. Battling for then in the corner is McKinnon. Intercepted then by the Kings. Up top, Kadri. Kadri to the point then for McCarr. Nazem Kadri. Back down low then for McKinnon. McKinnon will circle it around, back over then. And over for Natchez. Natchez, a shot goes wide there of Forsberg. Halfway through the power play. McKinnon battling for it then with Ceci. Scott Lawton battling for it down low. Natchez up to Landeskog. Here's McCarr. Down low to Natchez. Pass to Kadri. Down low in front. Puck is tipped away. Scott Lawton will steal it back then for LA. And clear it back down the other way. Getting it back here in the Colorado zone is Wedgwood. He will give it up then for Tays. About 6 minutes gone here in this third period. Malinsky for Nelson. Nelson broken up at the line. LaFerriere will try and get it to center. Avalanche will dump it down low. Malinsky gets it back. He will gain the line, bank it off of Anderson, and back down low. Malinsky over then for Lehkonen. Nelson will clear it down low into the corner. Here's Nichushkin battling for it now with Anderson. Anderson up top then to Moore, who will dump it down low into the Avalanche zone. That will pretty much do it here for the for the Colorado power play. Nelson into the LA zone. Will dump it down low behind the net then for Ceci. Edmondson trying to clear with Nichushkin. Kings will get it back to center. Oh, that must have been the Sharks then. Is it really true that they haven't won a playoff series since 2014? Is that really true? Here's Sam Malinsky. Cross-ice pass up top then to Natchez. Puck will slide back down low in the LA zone and thrown all the way back into the Colorado end. And a whistle blown dead here and a penalty coming up. And it's against the Avalanche. Penalty coming up here against Brett Kulak. And we will see a Kings power play up next. Or is it a Avalanche power? No, it's a Kings power play. Kings power play coming up. And a chance to tie. It's 2-1 Avalanche. I'm sorry, I was simply asking the question, Michael. I apologize. I was simply asking the question. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement. Brings more people into the commentary. That was the Sharks. All right. Okay. So maybe that is true. I apologize. And I'm sorry for Michael for bringing it up. Sorry, Michael. So again, guys, we will be live tomorrow for Lightning and Canadiens Game 3, as well as Golden Knights and Mammoth Game 3. Stay tuned for after the game as well. We will be doing a post-game recap of all the games that have happened today, as well as a top performers video. And we've been releasing those all week long. Power play coming up here for Los Angeles, and it is a massive opportunity. If the Kings want to come back in this one, they need to get a goal here for sure. A handful of their power plays have resulted in goals in this series. They're 0 for 2 tonight, maybe third time's a charm. Where's McDavid going if the Oilers don't get the cup? That's a great question. Philadelphia. Philadelphia. Calgary. I don't know. I really don't know. I can't see a world where he leaves. I'm not going to lie. I can't see a world where he leaves. Power play coming up for Los Angeles. 13.5 minutes to go. Face-off in the Colorado zone is a tie-up and won by the Avalanche. Taves will backhand it all the way back down the other way. Forsberg will give it back then to Kempe. Toronto, come on, Tim. Be for real. He's going to Vancouver. LaFerriere to Byfield, who breaks into the zone. Byfield down low in the corner. Puck is chipped to Scott Laughton. Cross-ice pass to Panarin. Panarin, pass in front to Kopitar. It's blocked. Byfield down low in the corner to Kopitar. Tied up there by Devon Tays. Up top then to Kempe, who just ever so slightly keeps it in. Shot on is blocked. Nichushkin. Back to Panarin, who battles for it. Burns will take it back and try and kick it the other way. All the way back down low into the LA zone. Kempe. Over then for Panarin. Panarin will dump it around behind the Colorado net. Byfield to Kopitar. Up top, Kempe. Back to Panarin. Panarin to Kempe, a drive. And that one is blocked. Avalanche will take it back. Here's Lehkonen 2-on-1. Lehkonen to O'Connor. He scores! Shorthanded goal. It's Drew O'Connor. And the Avalanche have taken a 2-goal lead here in the third. Shorthanded goal. And I think it might be Arturi Lehkonen who gets credited with it. I thought it maybe was going to go to O'Connor. And it's 3-1 Colorado. Arturi Lehkonen, his second goal of these playoffs. And his second point of the night. That's the 28th career postseason goal for Arturi Lehkonen. 50 seconds to go on the LA power play, but it may not matter. It's a 3-1 lead for Colorado. Here's Doughty carrying it through center then. He'll drop it back for Moore. Trevor Moore will carry it through center. Over then Kuzmenko, a shot. That one is blocked. Moore battling forward then with Tay. Shot on there, saved by Wedgwood. What's really been incredible about this entire playoff run for Colorado so far is that Scott Wedgwood has been absolutely incredible. Game 1 allows 1 goal. Game 2 allows only 1 goal. Game 3, to this point, has only allowed a goal. Wilder losing 2? We'll see. Face-off coming up here now in the Colorado zone once again. Shots 22-19. Kings now need 2 to tie. And they've barely been able to beat Scott Wedgwood in this series. .29 seconds to go on the LA man advantage. Referee talking to Jared Bednar, getting ready for the whistle here. Face-off in the Avalanche zone is won by Colorado. They will clear it back to center. Down low now in the LA end. Doughty behind the Kings net. Here's Doughty now moving it through center. Will drop it back to Panarin. Panarin for Clark, who will dump it down low into the Colorado zone. Nelson off the boards then for Kuzmenko. Down low in the corner now. Here's Makar, who will dump it all the way back into the LA end. That'll do it for the power play. 11.5 minutes to go. It's a 3-1 lead for Colorado of a shorthanded goal. Cleared back into the LA zone. Doughty battling forward then with Lawton. Picked back up by the Kings. Mallet will backhand it down low. Getting to it is Byfield. Try to throw a pass in front. Byfield all the way up top then to Dumoulin. On the right side, then battling forward is Wright. Here's Malott. Battling forward alongside Lehkonen. Lehkonen's there as well. Wright on the right side for McKinnon. Thrown to center then. Grabbed back by Dumoulin to Ceci and a whistle blown dead. Here at 10:51, I think it might be a high stick or something. Shots 22-19. And even though LA is playing solid, they're not playing terrible. The Avalanche are just that much of a better team. Frustrating for sure. Face-off here now in the Los Angeles zone. It's Byfield versus Waugh. Face-off won back by the Kings. Doughty off the boards. Then Avalanche will play it through center. Kadri throws the puck into the Kings bench. I'm sure he did that on purpose. Kings winning a miracle now. Yeah, you're probably right about that. Referee got taken out. Face-off at center now is won back into the Colorado zone. Makar in his own end. Over then for Waugh. Nick Waugh will break it through center for the Avalanche and down into the LA end. Doughty off the boards up top. Kulak a shot. And that one is blocked. And then is Waugh. Waugh will dig it around, battling for it alongside Doughty. Backhanded down low to the corner. Now Landeskog fighting with Laferriere. Laferriere off the boards to Byfield. Quentin Byfield now will move it through center back for Moore. Intercepted there by Colorado. Makar will gain the line and dump it into the Kings' end. 10 minutes to go in the third. Mallet off the boards to center. Armia battling forward with Drury. Here's O'Connor. A shot denied there by Forsberg. Rebounds in front. And Forsberg makes both saves. 9:48 to go here in the third period. The Avalanche lead the Kings by 2 here in Game 3. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. We are at 67 likes. Can we get to 100? We are 30 likes away from 100 likes. Can we get there? Anywho, I got to go to the bathroom real quick, guys. I will be right back in just a moment. Alrighty, I have returned. Sorry about that, guys. I use the bathroom super quick. Is this a real commentator or AI? I am AI. I am not real, Darnell. I'm not real. I'm fake. I was sent by aliens. I'm fake. I'm AI generated. Mario's grumpy. I'm sure your brother-in-law is, for sure. Face-off coming up here now in the Los Angeles zone. The Avalanche have put the pressure here on Anton Forsberg. Yup, I'm not real. I'm not real, y'all. I'm fake. Here's Nelson versus Lawton. Face-off won by the Avalanche. Burns a shot. Save rebounds in front and cleared away. Here's Ceci. On the right side over then for Armia. Armia will backhand it down low into the Avalanche zone. Right. Fighting with Burns. Cleared all the way back up top then for Dumoulin. Brian Dumoulin will regroup into the LA zone. Ceci to Dumoulin. 9:20 to go here in this third period. Back into the Avalanche zone. Kulak battling for them with Armia. Kulak. On the right side then with Burns. Over then for McKinnon. Dumoulin fighting with Lehkonen. Intercepted by Natchez. Natchez one-on-one with Edmondson. Natchez comes in. Up top then McKinnon. McKinnon passed down low. Jabbing at it on Forsberg. It goes just wide. Kings will get it back. They will bank it off the boards and back into the Avalanche zone for an icing. So CJ, if everything is fixed, you must be rich, right? Since like you know what's going to happen. You should start betting so then that way you make a bunch of money if you know what's going to happen before it happens. You're saying that it's rigged for the Oilers to win. You should put a bet on the Oilers that they'll win the cup then. If it's really fixed. Face-off in the LA zone is won back by the Avalanche. Kadri. Up top then to Taze. Taze, a shot on, goes wide. Now Kadri battling for it then with Dumoulin. Dumoulin will clear it off the boards in the corner for Edmondson. 8:30 to go here in this third period. Avs lead by 2. Dumoulin will hold it here now in his own end. Brian Dumoulin behind the Kings net. Kempe. Down low. We'll move it through center. Cleared off the boards and back into the Colorado zone. Here's Makar. Back over then for Kadri. Battling forward then with Kempe. Makar will take it through center. 2-on-2, Makar and Waugh. Into the zone, we'll try and dump it down low. Clark off the boards for Kempe. Kempe over then for Clark. Poke checked away, back over then for Kempe. Clark will regroup in his own end. Here's Doughty in his own zone. Here's Anderson, who will backhand it down low. Malinsky battling for it down low in the corner. LaFerriere back to Moore. Shot on there, saved by Wedgwood. Here's Kulak. Back over then for Kelly. Byfield, cross-ice pass then. Down low, Anderson in front, denied by Wedgwood. Anderson up top, intercepted by the Avalanche. O'Connor will scoot it around Doughty. Up top, shot on, denied by Forsberg. Kings will clear it back to center. Burns will dump it down low. Anderson over then for Doughty. Doughty down low here into the Kings end. Will clear it back to center. And an ice. No icing, actually. I thought maybe, but no. Here's Kuzmenko. Intercepted by Burns. Puck is cleared back into the LA zone. Clark will regroup with it now down low back to Edmondson. Chipped off the boards and back into the Colorado zone. Kulak in his own zone. Pass in front. Here's Marty Necas, who will bank it off the boards and back into the LA zone. Brant Clark in his own end. Back over then for Doughty. Kings are trying to get out of their own zone and start putting on pressure, but the Avalanche are keeping them in it. McKinnon, pass down low, is blocked. Kings will bank it off the boards and back to center. Malinsky to Necas, over then for McKinnon. McKinnon to Lehkonen, a shot denied there by Forsberg. Here's Doughty, regrouping now in his own end. Doughty, over then for Dumoulin. Dumoulin will dig it into the zone. It's thrown back to center. Now Malott regroups in his own end. Over here for Doughty, off the boards to Malott. Malott will drop it back for Doughty. Drew Doughty now in his own end. 5.5 minutes to go here in this third period. Here's Doughty battling for it alongside with Waugh. Here's Dumoulin. Taking it around behind this net, off the boards then for Panarin. Panarin will move it through center. Kempe comes into the zone. 5:15 to go in the third period. Makar battling for it then with Kopitar. Panarin up top then for Edmondson. Right side Kempe trying to throw it down low. Waugh will clear it ahead to center, or at least he'll try to. 5 minutes to go here in regulation. We are in crunch time. Byfield regrouping now in his own end. Byfield gets around Drury. He's tripped. And I believe that's a penalty. It will be. Forsberg will go to the bench. Delayed penalty here against the Avalanche. Edmondson holds it here in the LA end. Off the boards then for Panarin. Moore to LaFerriere. LaFerriere over there then for Clark. Up top, Panarin. Here's Doughty. Deeks into the zone. Back over then for Byfield. Byfield up top. Panarin a shot. And that one is blocked. Here's Doughty. On the right side, it's thrown back to center. And that will do it for that. Whistle blown dead at 4:19. We are going to get a LA power play with 4:19 to go. 4:19 to go in regulation. I wonder if they try and pull Forsberg here and go 6-on-4, but we'll find out. 3-1. No problem, John. Thank you. Pull the goalie? I wonder if they will. I wonder if they try to. All it says is LA power play on my screen. Maybe they're winning to get control. CJ, I'll ask you this too. Are the players in on it? Are the players in on the fact that it's rigged? Or is it the referees who are controlling everything? Because, and I'm not trying to like come at you or anything for your opinion. You can have an opinion. I don't agree with it. I don't think it's rigged. But I'll ask you this. Are the players in it? Are the referees in it? Because in order for there to be a certain amount of shots and this and that, wouldn't every player in the NHL have to be in on this? I mean, like that's the way that I look at it. Got 195 people here in the chat. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Subscribe down below if you're new. Like the stream as well. It helps out with the engagement. We are live for the entire Stanley Cup playoffs here. Power play coming up for the Los Angeles Kings with 4:19 to go. Shots are 24-22 in favor of Colorado. Specific players, but not every player. Well, I mean, like, I don't see it. Face off in the Colorado zone. One back by the Kings. Clark to Panarin. Up top of the circle. Panarin down low then for Laferriere. Empty net for Los Angeles. So they will pull. And a shot on. They score! Kopitar! It's 3-2. As I was trying to put on the pulled goalie signal, with 4:03 left, a power play goal for Los Angeles. It's suddenly a 3-2 hockey game. I mean, like, I would argue, for me, I would argue that instead of the NHL being rigged, the NBA and the NFL is more rigged. I would argue that it's easier to rig the NBA than it is to rig the NHL. Also, in the NBA, you can literally just bench all your guys and tank. NHL, you won't do that, but, you know. Adrian Kempe, the 16th goal of his postseason career. I thought it was Kopitar that had the chance in front, but Kempe makes it a 3-2 hockey game. The first time the Kings have scored more than one goal in a game this series. Dumoulin, back down low then for Byfield. Byfield will drop it back then for Doughty. Doughty through center. Will slap shot it in there wide of Wedgwood. Up top, Dumoulin back to Byfield. Here's Dumoulin now. Cross ice pass for Anderson. Anderson for Dumoulin. Dumoulin in his own end to center now. Byfield deflected in the air. Waugh battling for them with more. Laferriere to Doughty. Doughty cross ice pass for Dumoulin. Dumoulin will dump it down low into the Colorado zone. Kings need to get possession, and a lot of it. Here's Waugh, bringing it down low into the zone. Landeskog fighting with Clark. Pass in front. Waugh, chance, and that one's denied. Here's Kempe. Off the boards for Lawton. Kings will gain the zone. Kulak battling for it down low. 3 minutes to go in regulation. Shots 25-22. Here's Clark. Moves to center. Shot on there is blocked. Avalanche will try and get it to center. Kopitar below the line. All the way back up top then Edmondson. Battling for it down low in the corner. Landeskog. Over then for Kopitar behind the net. Here's Clark. Dumps it down low. All the way back at the point then for Kempe. 2.5 minutes to go in the third period. Forsberg will go to the bench. Empty net for Los Angeles. Nelson immediately takes it back and wires it into the empty net. Well, that did not last long. That did not last long at all. Brock Nelson, empty net goal. It's 4-2 Colorado. You thought just maybe they'd be able to make some magic happen, but alas, it was not meant to be. So the Avalanche with 2:18 to go here 2:18 left to go here in the third period. There have been goals or 2 goals scored in lesser time, but it's very unlikely. Brock Nelson, his first goal of the playoffs. It's an empty netter. We'll see if they try and pull Forsberg again. Here's Makar. Carrying it now through center. Dumps it down low into the LA end. Dumoulin. Regrouping in his own zone. Here's Byfield. Now to center. Byfield into the zone. We'll dump it in there off the boards. Devon Tays battling for it then. Forsberg's going to go back to the bench. Empty net yet again for Los Angeles. Nelson. Behind the net to Makar. Up top to Doughty. Doughty to Panarin. Puck will slide all the way back to center. 1:30 to go here in the third period. Here's Brandt Clark. Clark will bank it off the boards for Laferriere. Panarin will dump it down low. Kopitar battling for them with Makar. Kempe. Behind the net then to Burns. Laferriere on the right side and intercepted then by the Kings. Laferriere in front, denied by Wedgwood. Approaching the final minute of play in regulation. Here's McKinnon. Fighting for it then with Makar. McKinnon will fire for the empty net, just wide. And that should be an icing. Yeah, there's my... I know you guys are discussing it. I'm trying to commentate the game, but here's my argument with it. And I agree with Road Warrior. Why even watch? If it's rigged, then why even watch it? And I'm asking that to you, CJ. If you believe that it's rigged, then why are you why do you watch it? Is my question. I'm not coming at you. I'm genuinely asking because I don't agree with your opinion, but I want to try and understand it. I think it's just like, I think it's almost impossible to rig hockey. Honestly, I really do think it does. I don't think players are thinking about shots in a game and the over-under. I think they're thinking about winning games. Face-off in the LA zone, or in the Colorado zone. Panarin battling forward alongside McKinnon. Byfield up top to Clark. 40 seconds to go. Coming through the neutral zone to Chushkin to Landeskog. Landeskog will look for the empty net, fires it in the air, and that goes up and out of play. I mean, I will say this. There are players who think that way, like Shane Pinto, Evander Kane. Are those the ones that got caught in the system? Are those the ones that got caught in the system? The ones that weren't careful enough? No Canadian team should be in the Stanley Cup Final 2 years in a row. Face off here in the LA zone. Doughty versus Nelson. Back over then for Dumoulin. 20 seconds to go here in the third period. Doughty will clear it off the boards to center. Malott into the zone. Down low in the corner then to Kulak. Battling for it now with Wright. Mallet down low. 10 seconds left. Time will wind down. It looks like the Avalanche are going to take a 3-0 series lead over the LA Kings. Final score, Avalanche 4 and the Kings 2. And despite the Kings still having a pretty solid performance, they are unable to get the win here tonight. The record in a best-of-7 series is 209-4 all time. The Kings were the last team to come back from down 3-0 and win. All right, that'll do it for me. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. We will be back tomorrow for another commentary stream. We'll be back tomorrow for Lightning and Canadians and Mammoth and Golden Knights. So that will be tomorrow. Thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. No, it's not rigged. Our commentaries. I don't commentate rigged. if that makes sense. Thank you all for tuning in. I will see you guys in the next stream.